So far in my Sega Saturn Revisited series, we've had a few fighting games, Battle Arena, Toshinden, the remix, Fighters Mega Mix, possibly, no I've not done Fighters Mega Mix yet, I have done Virtua Fighter 2, but yeah, now we're going back to the original Virtua Fighter, which was a launch title for the Saturn, as you may know. Yeah, this game was kind of supposed to be broken, like a shit port when it was first released, because a lot of the original Saturn games were kind of rushed through development. So yeah, they did eventually release a Sega Saturn remix, it's not Sega Virtua Fighter remix. I do have a Japanese version of that game. I don't have the PAL version yet, but yeah, we're just playing the standard Virtua Fighter here. As you can see, the graphics pretty angular, and yeah, the gameplay does feel kind of wooden. I must say the backgrounds aren't very inspiring, are they? I mean, I can see, I never really understood back in the day, when the PlayStation and Saturn first came out, why the kind of PlayStation was winning the console war, and it was like, you know, there was this game called Tekken that nobody had ever heard of, well, I'd never heard of it anyway, and you like, I remember thinking at the time, well, what about Virtua Fighter? Surely that's better than Tekken, but no, this game's nowhere near as good as the original Tekken was on the PlayStation. It doesn't even have fluid combos or anything, and I don't know whether you noticed at the end of that last match, there's quite a bit of clipping on Kira's face. You could actually see through his nose and through into the background. We shall try and win this round. Collision detection doesn't seem 100% great either. But we have won around there, so we are drawn. Oh, the hiccups, something repeating on me, man. Yeah, so I would definitely say that the game to get would be Virtua Fighter 2. And failing that, Virtua Fighter remix, because this game doesn't feel great, to be honest, especially in 2015. Or if you're really going to go for the ultimate game of this sort, you want Fighters Mega Mix. That is the tits and the fanny. You will want to fuck it silly. It's a great game. Apart from the music, because there's that many different stages and characters, the music's on a horrendous like 30-second loop or something, so every 30 seconds the music restarts, which kind of does great after a bit, but you can live with that. It is a great game. We're winning another round here, it looks like. And the struggle to get going on this game, there doesn't really seem to be too much fluidity, especially compared to Virtua Fighter 2. Definitely not running at 60 frames a second either. Sarah's face looks fucked. She looks like she's been fucked in the face with a 12-inch cock. And fucking had the bell end rammed up the fucking nostrils. She's got a witch nose or some shit. Shit. I'll say Cage seems to play a lot better than Akira does in this game.
Fight! 1, ready, go!
Of course, if you're a fan of the Virtua Fighter series, another game that you'll want to check out. It's also available on PlayStation systems, and later on you got Xbox 360 and current PlayStations, etc. And it was on the original Xbox as well as Dead or Alive. It's like Virtua Fighter with bouncy titties. That's your thing. You're into some digital pussy. Yeah, just spamming, don't care anymore.
Fight! 1. Ready, go!
Of course, it is interesting that there was a 32X version, you know, the old Mega Drive add-on, if you remember that. I certainly do. There was a 32X version of Virtua Fighter. But then later on, they released Virtua Fighter 2 for the Mega Drive, which was a 2D fighting game based on like a 2D conversion of Virtua Fighter 2. It sounds ridiculous, but you do have to remember that Killer Instinct on the Super Nintendo was an amazing game, even though that was a 2D. Well, it was a 2D fighter anyway, but it was a. In the arcade game, it had like 3D backgrounds and all that shit. So yeah, it does sound ridiculous in one sense, but the thing that makes it sound more ridiculous is that that must have been released after Virtua Fighter. The original Virtua Fighter was released on the Saturn, so it's like, well, why didn't you release Virtua Fighter, you know, on the normal version on the Mega Drive? It's a bit weird.
KO! Fight! 3. Ready, go!
Somehow Virtua Fighter 2 on the Mega Drive, I don't believe it's a rare game either, which you would think it would be, being a kind of later release in the system's lifespan. Maybe it's just that nobody wants it. It's not an amazing game. It's playable, but kind of sucks at the same time. One thing I've always hated about Virtua Fighter games is the jumping. The jumping's always awful.
KO!
Yeah. Nothing but win. Do you like that sunset in the background? It's very pretty. I want to fuck it with my big dick. So yeah, what can you say about this game? It is Virtua Fighter. To be honest, if somebody told you it was like a really bad version and it was awful and buggy and glitchy, you played it, you'd be like, yeah, well, it's not an amazing game, but it's certainly not as bad as you made out. Which is probably pretty much my summary of it. It's not a good port, but then it's not an appalling game at the same time. Whereas, in my opinion, the original version of Daytona USA on the Saturn is an awful port of a good game, and it's also an awful game in its own right. I really don't like playing the Saturn version of that game. So yeah, it's not as bad as it could be. You could do worse, but then obviously Virtua Fighter 2 is a very common game on the system, probably more common than this, to be honest. And Fighter's Mega Mix is superior, but it does run at a slower frame rate. But then again, Virtua Fighter 2 obviously runs at a faster frame rate but has less characters, so decisions. But yeah, Virtua Fighter 1 is probably not the one to go for. But you might as well pick it up anyway. It'd be pretty cheap, but I don't think it's as cheap as Virtua Fighter 2, so pick that up first. And anyway, it's another one of my Sega Saturn Revisited videos over and done with, and that's me over and out. Thanks for watching, and see you later, Penetrator.